Hello. In this video we're going to go through the process of installing CameraRC to your computer. To begin with, you're going to need to download the latest version of CameraRC from the download page at CameraRC.com, or alternately, if you happen to come across it at a download site on the internet, that's okay too, though the latest version can always be found at CameraRC.com. So before installing, you want to verify that your system meets the minimum requirements as shown on the download page. Quite simply, we just require that your computer be running either Windows XP Service Pack 3, Windows Vista, or Windows 7, that your monitor have a minimum resolution of 1152 by 864, and that you have 1 gigabyte or more of RAM. While you can get by with lower monitor resolutions, this is the minimum required to give you a decent image of CameraRC. And finally, there is a requirement to have Windows.NET 3.5 or later installed, but if you don't have that, if for example you're on an XP or a Windows Vista box, we will download that for you automatically from Microsoft. So once we're downloaded and we're ready to go, we're going to launch the CameraRC.exe and begin the installation. So, very standard installation package. We're going to accept a license agreement as part of the installation. We can either install to the normal path or pick an alternate path. I usually recommend just installing to the normal path if that's at all possible. Where you want your shortcuts to open up for running the program. And finally, we're going to begin the install. Now, if you have user access controls enabled, you're going to get stopped once or twice to approve installation. Just so I have UAC enabled on this box, so you're going to see me stopping at a couple points. That's quite normal. So here we go, we're running the install. First thing that gets installed, if it isn't already, is the Microsoft Visual Studio C++ redistributable. We're just going to click yes to install that. And there's our UAC request. We'll let that go. So now we'll be installing that first piece. It'll take maybe 30 seconds at the most to get installed. While it's installing, I'll just mention if you'd like further instructions on CameraRC, you can look on our website. We have a number of tutorials available there that you can use. Okay, now we'll install CameraRC itself. And you can see it's registering, and there it's all installed. You can see over here we have a launch icon if we want it. We can also launch it immediately on completion of the wizard. So there we go, and we're going to try and start up. First thing you're going to see is the startup where you've got your evaluation license. We provide a 30-day evaluation license for you to try out CameraRC. Also, this would be where you would enter your license key, or one of the places where you can enter your license key, and you can get to the website from here for purchasing CameraRC. So I'm going to just continue our evaluation. And if your camera's not turned on or connected, the first thing you're of course going to get an error. If you retry, you're going to get some help at what might be wrong, why you can't get connected. So the most obvious thing is the camera connected with a USB cable? Yep, it certainly is. Is a USB mode for the camera set to PTP? So Nikon cameras, some of them offer the capability to be in either MTP, PTP mode, or to be in mass storage mode. You need to have your USB mode set to MTP/PTP. I suggest you look in your manual if this might be the problem. Is the camera turned on? Oops, nope, it's not. So we're going to need that turned on. Of course, if the battery's dead, you're not going to get connected. We also have where you can select your cameras on rare occasions. CameraRC cannot detect the kind of camera and therefore can't load the proper modules. You might have to set your camera type. I haven't seen this, but you never can tell. And finally, if you're connecting a D40, D40X, or D60, and your operating system is Windows 7, which we're running as Windows 7, then you're going to need to look in the release notes about how to properly set up the startup for CameraRC. Now, I'm going to go over that real quick. All you're going to have to do when you start up is, before you start CameraRC, if you're running one of the aforementioned cameras, is right-click on the startup icon and click Properties, and go to Compatibility tab. And what you're going to want to do is run the program in Windows Vista Service Pack 2 mode. And you can just leave that set for all the time for all your cameras if you should need it. It won't interfere with later model cameras, and it will ensure that your camera runs. The D40, D40X, or D60 will run. So we just set that if we need to. So I've turned the camera on, so now I will give it the old go ahead, and CameraRC is going to come up. And you can see I'm running a D300 in firm up mode 1. A good thing to know is that if you have a large number of images on the camera's memory card, this can cause CameraRC to start up very slowly, especially if you've got several hundred images on the card. So our recommendation is that you use an empty card with CameraRC to improve the startup performance. Finally, we'll just close this. If you need to uninstall CameraRC, you can see in the Programs and Features, it's installed just like any program. You would uninstall the CameraRC and to remove it. So if you'd like more information, as I mentioned, you can go to the CameraRC website and look over our tutorials. Also, you can go to the forum, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them there. I thank you for installing CameraRC, and I hope you enjoy using it.